Shuja Nawaz is a distinguished fellow at the Atlantic Council's South Asia Center. I asked him how the attack will affect the already fractured relationship between India and Pakistan.
They've been in a state of Cold War for a while, and relations have not gone well. With the Indian elections coming up, in particular, they're going to be very tough on anything and everything dealing with Pakistan. So this gives them an opportunity. It also appeals to Prime Minister Modi because he can use this to rally the troops and get votes. He's not been doing too well in some of the provinces.
His election campaign, as you well know, he had a tough posture on Pakistan, Kashmir, the militants.
Still continues.
Yeah, so does he
gives them more fuel.
Yeah, and the elections in May, so talk to me about the timing. Should we read anything into that?
No, not really. And this is really a concern for Pakistan. If this is true that the Jaish-e-Mohammed, which says it was behind the attack, was actually behind it, and that the masterminds were based in Pakistan or the material came from Pakistan, then it's a failure on the part of the Pakistani intelligence that they were not able to stop this attack from taking place, given the incendiary nature of the relationship with India at this time.
What's your concern as you examine it? I mean, you watch this region quite closely. What should we be keeping our eyes open for?
I think you don't want to see any escalation of the rhetoric. So one side or the other will have to talk of reconciliation and understanding. And the Pakistanis, I think, did the right thing by immediately having their Foreign Office spokesman denounce this attack and distancing the state from anything to do with it. But the reality is it doesn't take away the responsibility of the state, which had launched a national action plan against terrorism very successfully in what used to be the Fatah region, the border with Afghanistan. But it wasn't able to successfully carry it out in the hinterland, in the Punjab, which is where the Jaish and some of the other right-wing extremist groups are based, many of which don't attack the state in Pakistan, but use their presence in Pakistan to foment or assist or carry out actions across the border in Kashmir.
It doesn't seem like there's that mechanism within the White House and the State Department. They have their interests elsewhere. Does the U.S. play a role in any of this in terms of mediating this dispute, or will they take a backseat, do you think?
The U.S. can play a role, and it can play a role which would be acceptable to both India and Pakistan if it did it quietly. What India will never accept, at least for the foreseeable future, is the U.S. playing an overt role. The U.S., unfortunately, its policies in 2008, 2009 was a good watershed. Have always been marked by expediency. Going along, working with Musharraf, annoying the people of Pakistan, so that you gradually built up a groundswell against President Musharraf, who continued to wear his uniform and be president at the same time, and was welcomed at the White House, and then dropping him when he was no longer needed. So it kind of fulfilled this roller coaster definition of the U.S.-Pakistan relationship. There are ups and downs, it's all based on expediency. And as a result, you have a situation where there's no vision of this grand strategy or what do we do with the region.